Why peace? The world will tell you this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs. But 7 billion people on the face of this earth are crying out for one thing and one thing alone, and that is peace. And peace is not the absence of war. I travel not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
Prem Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
Buenos dias, shalom, buongiorno, guten tag, bonsoir Montreal. I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you.
Realmente es un honor para mí poder entrevistar a una persona que viaja por el mundo llevando un mensaje fundamental, un mensaje profundo, pero que va directamente al espíritu, al ánimo de los seres humanos. Vamos a entrevistar a Prem Rawat.
Thank you for having me.
Tengo muchas preguntas para hacerle, una gran curiosidad sobre cómo se sostiene en un mundo como el actual un mensaje que trae el suyo.
And the message really is very simple, because what it states is what you're looking for is inside of you, that you have the answers. There are questions, but you have the answers.
Su mensaje es un mensaje que lleva paz, pero que lleva paz a cada una de las personas.
It's not political peace. It's real peace. And only human beings can feel that. Because when we say that peace is the end of war or absence of war, that's just a symptom. The war happens because there is a lack of peace inside.
Hay muchos libros, hay muchas personas hablando de paz en el mundo. ¿En qué se diferencia su mensaje?
My message is feel, not just talk about it, not just analyze it. Don't try to justify it, but feel. One example that I always give is that you can have 1,000 cookbooks, but when you're hungry, you need food.
Claro. Ahora, a usted le conocen como el embajador de la paz. ¿Con quién es su compromiso?
My commitment is to peace. My commitment is to people. I have been created by the same power that has created every human being on the face of this earth. I have been created by the same power that has created this universe. There is no difference between me and every single human being on the face of this earth. The only difference is I know where the water is. And for all those who are thirsty, I want to tell them where the water is. But that doesn't mean that I don't get thirsty. That doesn't mean that I am different. I'm not. I'm a human being, bound by the same rules: birth, life, death, like everyone else. And it's only us human beings on the face of this earth who can make a difference for each other.
¿Cree usted en Dios?
Of course.
¿Y forma parte de alguna religión
At the beginning, you asked the question, do I believe in God? And what I'd like to say is that I have felt that God inside of me. God is inside of us, not on some mountain, not at the bottom of the ocean. And so, for me, I have found my religion. And my religion is to look within me.
¿Qué tipo de personas escuchan su mensaje? Usted diría que casi todos estamos o somos capaces de buscar al interior de cada uno, de buscar dentro de nosotros mismos.
Yes, I think that people who listen to this message are from all walks of life. Because in this world, we make distinctions, rich, poor, from this country, from that country. But we sometimes forget our similarity. First of all, we're human beings. And if you're a human being and you feel that thirst in your life, then if somebody talks about water, you will listen.
Él ha dicho que la paz no es ausencia de guerra, que ese es su mensaje y muchas veces le ha tocado transmitir ese mensaje en lugares próximos a donde se vivían conflictos. ¿Cómo se puede mantener la fuerza, la entereza en un ambiente así?
I think the message delivers itself because when you really think about this, what people want is prosperity. And what I have seen in my life, that all of us just want some elbow room to believe in our God the way we want to prosper, to grow, to have a better life. And these things are not against peace. And so when this message comes out, even though it may be surrounded by war, it still reaches a place inside human beings where they don't want that war. You know, even in the middle of the war, there are people who don't want it. So even in the darkness, there is a candle. And the candle is lit.
Usted fue invitado el año pasado al Parlamento Europeo, en un momento en el que la crisis financiera empezaba a declararse en la mayoría de esos dirigentes.
Everybody was very concerned about the crisis. But you know what we forget is that crises have come before and gone. Good things happen, bad things happen. And my message is, what did you want when everything was good? And now that everything is not good, what do you want? Because that's very obvious. People want peace.
Usted dijo en esa oportunidad que la prosperidad sin paz conducía al caos. Explíqueme qué quiso exactamente decir.
If you don't have peace, and the focus is only prosperity, the greed, the fear, the doubt start becoming the factors that start driving prosperity. But prosperity that happens in time of peace is built on very strong, absolutely, it is a right of every human being. It doesn't matter who they are, where they are, what they know, what they don't know, what they believe. It is a fundamental right of every human being to be able to have peace in their life. because the source of the peace is in every single human being. The seed is there. It needs to be planted.
Usted fue nominado para el Premio Nobel de la Paz. ¿Cómo describiría su batalla?
For peace. For peace. I am fighting for peace against ignorance, against all the ideas of why there shouldn't be peace. Because when I talk about having peace, there's so many people who say why there can't be peace. And I remind them that when the time came to go to the moon, the reason why they went to the moon was because of the people who said, yes, it can be done.
¿Y cuáles han sido las dificultades más grandes que ha tenido que vencer?
My difficulties really are that there is such a mindset of why all the good things that I talk about cannot happen. There seems to be such a tendency to not look at what we have been given as human beings. To say that if 7 billion people made peace a priority, that we would not have peace. I cannot imagine that. Of course.
La tecnología puede resultar controversial en algunos de estos procesos, pero a la vez es una gran facilitadora para su mensaje.
It is. And since I was very, very young, I have always seen the potential in technology. Because one of the fundamental desires that human beings have had is to communicate. And to use that to communicate about peace is a very natural avenue. It is not the technology that is at fault, is what we use it for. Technology can help bring peace, or technology can help bring wars. Technology is a bit like a kitchen knife. It can cut your vegetables, help feed you, or cut you. And I truly feel that when the mindset is going to be to use it for peace, it's going to be wonderful. To bring us together.
El éxito. El éxito es para algunas personas la felicidad de su familia, la plenitud de su carrera. Otras personas creen que el éxito es ganar mucho dinero. ¿Qué es el éxito para usted?
For me, the question comes that people have predefined what success means to them. And day and night we pursue this. And sometimes we get so caught in pursuing that we don't ask ourselves the fundamental question. Today, am I happy? Am I happy today? Because for most people, the answer is, oh, I will be happy when I am successful. And my point is, of course you should be happy when you have succeeded, but you should be happy every single day pursuing your success.
He leído que tiene usted una preocupación mayor por las personas que están presas, están en prisión, y ha diseñado un proyecto, un esquema de educación para la paz para las prisiones. ¿Cuánta esperanza tiene en este proyecto que realmente es maravilloso?
Oh, I have a lot of hope. And my hope isn't just blind hope. These projects are yielding incredible results. They're bringing a profound change in people's lives. Because a lot of times, the society says this person has done this wrong. The Justice Department gives them their punishment. And then everybody forgets. I am saying this is still a person. This is still a human being. And maybe what they have lost is the hope in themselves, knowing that the source of their peace is not outside, but within them. And to bring them that hope, to bring them this unique freedom, even when they're in the prison. Because that's what hope does. And when we think about this, all of us need hope. Whether we are in prison, whether we are outside of prison. And so these projects have been incredibly successful because they deal with the fundamentals. And they're not even aiming at a particular result, but then the result is obvious.
¿Cuán posible es para una persona que vive atormentada porque ha hecho daño, porque ha hecho mal contra otro ser humano, encontrar la paz?
The peace is inside of them. As a human being, one of the greatest capacities we have is to learn from our mistakes and make ourselves better, not only for ourselves, but for all the people around us. And when we can do that, that is the best thing we can do. To be full of hope, to be a productive member of society, to help each other, create a better world for ourselves, for our children, for their children, and for the generations yet to come. And if we make a mistake, we need to rise above that. We need to learn from that. But I feel these are also the lessons of every day. We make small mistakes, and some people, unfortunately, make really big mistakes. But we need to move forward. That's the only hope we have. Dignity to rise above, to help them in their times of need. But I still feel that in good times and in bad times, we always need peace. So Prem Rawat Foundation is a very unique foundation, and it acknowledges that you need to have prosperity. It acknowledges that you need to have dignity, and it acknowledges that you need to have peace. And that one does not need to be disconnected from another.
¿A qué se refiere exactamente con dignidad?
In our lives, we all come across hard times. We still want to feel human. Very important for us. that somebody acknowledges our existence, not only when the times are good, but even in the bad time. And to approach people who may be going through difficult times and to give them back their dignity so they feel human. Dignity is incredibly important, as much as prosperity, and indeed, as much as peace.
Es, es necesario que las personas que buscan su paz interior, que entran en un proceso de reflexión. Para ello, se deshagan de sus bienes materiales, se alejen de su familia o de su apego a lo mundano.
No, 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 no. No, absolutely not. Because from the day they were born till the day they die, they carry the seeds of peace within them. It's always there. Of course, one should prosper in this world. And at the same time, without sacrificing anything, have peace in their lives.
Y ese es su mensaje.
That is my message.
Muchísimas gracias por esta entrevista.
Thank you.